Hey guys, happy Wednesday. This is Pocket with Joe. Excited to talk some NHL with you guys. We're going to be going over all three games that we have on the slate. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got our long shot parlay we will do as well as a parlay that I think is a lot safer. So we're going to jump straight into these games. I want to thank you guys for watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. Let me know where you guys are watching from and when you started betting hockey. I know a lot of people are new to betting hockey, so it is a great thing to do. I want to say big shout out to Matt, first person in the YouTube to comment. Let's make some freaking money today. The first game on the ice that we have is the New York Rangers taking on the New York Islanders. Now, this is at 7:30 Eastern tonight, you guys. Both of these teams coming in so hungry for the win. Both losing their last three games out of the gate. Now, the New York Rangers come in here at plus 112. New York Islanders in the minus 135 range, and we've got a total of 6. The first thing I look at when I'm looking at this game is the under. I really do think, even though that we have strong teams that are able to get those goals, I do like the under in this. I'm looking for the defenses of both of these teams to step up. We have Halleck expected in goal for the New York for the New York Rangers. Battle of New York, you guys. He has a 4.03 goals against average. Now, Sorokin expected for the Islanders. He's coming in so elite and strong with 2.83. Now, when I look at the Rangers, I'm not worried about Halleck coming out, even though he does allow those goals, because I'm looking at the New York Rangers defense. They have a solid defense. They're holding opponents to 27.7 shots on goal per game, allowing that 3.33. I do think they will step up and help their goaltender here in this battle versus the Islanders. Now, the Islanders come in strong defensively as well. And with goaltending, with Sorokin in here, they can keep this to the under. When I look at a side for this, I've got to roll with the New York Islanders. I think we have a fresher team with the Islanders in this one. We see the New York Rangers. They are off a shootout loss last night to the Colorado Avalanche. They're going to be tired, and I know it's not like they have to travel far. These are two New York teams, but I think the Islanders on home ice, off rest, have a huge advantage in this game. The Islanders coming in with 2 days of rest are 4-0 in their last 4 games. And they've also won 8 of their last 9 games versus opponents on a losing streak. So I think there's a great possibility for the Islanders. I know we're paying a little bit of juice around that minus 135, but shop those lines, get your best value. You can shop them over at Betstamp. Use referral code Madden for that. Now, we do have strong trends to the road team in the last 4 meetings going 4-0, but the Rangers 2-6 in those last 8 meetings versus the Islanders. So I want to say a big shout out to Courtney as well over here on YouTube. Thank you for joining me here today on Pocket with Joe. Appreciate each and every one of you guys for joining. The under, like I said, I'm going to take the under 6. I know it's a total of 6. I know we've seen lots of games go over, but I really do think this is a lower scoring one. The under is also 10-2 in the last 12 meetings between these two teams, and it's 16-7 in the last 23 meetings in New York. Let's look at the next game on the ice, you guys. We have the Edmonton Oilers taking on the St. Louis Blues. Now, these teams just played on the 22nd of October, and in that matchup, we saw the Blues get a shutout win 2-0 over the Edmonton Oilers. Binghamton has been phenomenal for the St. Louis Blues. I love what we're seeing out of him. He has a 1.65 goals against average only. Now, the Edmonton Oilers have had issues defensively and goaltending-wise. Jack Campbell just hasn't been as elite as a lot of people would have thought. Now, they will be sending out Skinner tonight. I really like what I've seen out of Skinner. I was at that Battle of Alberta when they pulled Jack Campbell and put in Skinner versus the Calgary Flames. Now, the Calgary Flames were not able to score on Skinner. He looked phenomenal. He has a 1.68 goals against average. He's going to be an elite goalie. I'm going to ride the under in this one as well. I know it's terrifying with the Oilers' firing ability, especially with Connor McDavid held to no points in the last game. he will come out, he will answer back in this game and take it out on the St. Louis Blues. But I still think this one stays under the total of 6.5. I really do think that the St. Louis Blues have the opportunity to win this one again in another low-scoring battle. I think we see them come out strong to start this game. I'm going to take the St. Louis Blues as well in that first period. You can take them in the first period on the money line. It's around -105. In that first, you could take them on the puck line though at -0.5. You guys, if you're going to take them, I'd rather lose than get a push, because if you get a push, you just get your money back if they're 1-1 apiece. I understand why a lot of people do this, but there's beautiful plus money for them on that puck line in that first period. And that's where I like to go with things. Because it's betting, and in the long run, if you chase the plus money, you might not hit as many games, correct? But you're going to make some profit if you do, when you do hit them. Let's look at the Edmonton Oilers. So they are averaging that 3.67 goals per game on 34.2 shots. We do have a comment on TikTok, and I was just going to go there, Christopher, with Connor McDavid. You can take his shots on goal tonight over, and his for an anytime goal is +112. Even though I'm liking that under, I trust in the Oilers to get that goal tonight. And for the Blues, if you're looking at a player prop there, Vladimir Tarasenko coming in at +172 for an anytime goal. We know how strong he has been. He's got 2 goals and 4 assists so far on the season. I can see him getting one here. Now, the Oilers have so much depth, you guys. We saw that in their last game, with them able to get those goals on the Penguins, even without Connor McDavid getting any points. So I do think this is a strong game for the Oilers and for the Blues. Now, the Oilers have come out and lost the first period in their last 4 games off a win. Weird trend, I know, but that's why I like the St. Louis Blues in that first period. I don't know what it is about them. A lot of teams roll with momentum off a win. They, while they might not be losing the full game, do play strong to start, or don't play strong in that first period off that win. So really interesting how they come out of the gate. So you guys, this game, like the under 6.5, I like the Blues in the first period on the money line. There is value there. I like them on the puck line even more at -0.5. You're getting plus money. I'm tempted to take the St. Louis Blues for the full game. Not sure if I will get to the window with that. I really do think the Edmonton Oilers are such a dangerous team, but I think we're going to see a really defensive one in this one. And then between Binnington and Skinner, who am I going to lay more trust in? I have way more trust in Binnington. I think Skinner's phenomenal, but he's a young goalie. He is the second string goalie, and I think he has a long way to go to stand up against goalies like Binnington and Igor and Vasilevsky. So give me the St. Louis Blues. I'm kind of talking myself into it more so here on the show with you guys. Let's look at the last game on the board. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning taking on the Anaheim Ducks. Now, we've got a total of 6.5 in this one, with the Tampa Bay Lightning rolling in as the favorite. We're getting the -154 here. Not in love with that number. I can't bet a -150. My highest I go is -144, especially in hockey. Now, the Tampa Bay Lightning are off a loss last night. They lost that game to the Kings, which they should have won. You guys know I all believed in the Tampa Bay Lightning yesterday on that puck line. So they're coming in here. Brian Elliott will be starting for them. He has a 4.03 goals against average. We've got Gibson expected for the Anaheim Ducks. Now he's got a 4.51 goals against average. When you first look at this and you look at the goalie situation, you automatically think, well, you got to ride this under. There is no way this over. There's no way I'm taking this over. I've got to take it under. That total is 6.5. I think we got a very low scoring game here. I was shocked that it went up to 6. We know that the Anaheim Ducks have been completely struggling on both sides of the puck, unable to get that puck in the back of the net. They're only averaging 2.33 goals per game on 26 shots on goal. They're being limited all over the place. Now, I know the Tampa Bay Lightning are allowing 3.17 and 34.8 shots on goal. I'm looking for their defense to really step up in this game and shut down a Ducks team that is just not doing well at all. Tampa is coming in, averaging 3 goals per game and 32.8 shots on goal. Now, road teams coming off a loss are 13-4 in the last 7 days. So that situation fits the Tampa Bay Lightning perfectly here for the win. Like I said, I can't get behind them on this money line. I think it's too high. But what I really do like is Tampa to get up in that first period. We know they're going to be frustrated coming into this off that loss to the Kings last night. We know Gibson is allowing the goals. Elliott, I think, will play strong in that first period. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first period on the puck line. And you guys shop these lines. I go over to Betstamp and shop them. You can use the referral code Madden there. Tampa in that first period, you can get as high on that puck line at minus 0.5 at plus 160. How can we not take the Tampa Bay Lightning at plus 160 in the first period over the Anaheim Ducks? It looks like easy money, which does terrify me. You're right, there's no such thing as easy money in sports betting, but this looks like it should be a done deal. I just hope the Anaheim Ducks off that rest don't go against what they typically do. Anaheim off rest is not solid on 2 days rest. They're 2-10 in their last 12 games playing on that 2 days rest. They have covered the puck line at home versus the Tampa Bay Lightning, but there's no value here taking them plus 1.5. So I do think this is a tight game. It's why I'm not going to take Tampa straight up. I think it's a lower scoring one. I could see this being a 3-2 style game here with the Ducks just able to get some goals in the back of the net for once in this game. So I don't like the full puck line for the full game. I just like the first period for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, Tampa Bay, I was looking at their team total. I was kind of flirting with it a little bit, looking at taking it over 3.5 as minus 102, but I don't know. They should. That's the thing. They should get there. They're such a better team. Gibson hasn't been playing well at all. I don't want to take it, though. I just want to take them here in that first period to cover that puck line. The defense of the Ducks are allowing way too many shots on goal. They're allowing 41.2 shots on goal. This team is super struggling, like beyond struggling. So I'm going to look at some player props here for shots on goal. I think you can take Braden Point of the Tampa Bay Lightning now. Over 2.5 shots on goal tonight is coming in at minus 120. He's had 17 shots on goal in 6 games. So that's 2.8 shots on goal on average per game. I think that is a solid way to take this. Now, when we look at the total, we have seen the last 4 meetings go to that over, but we've seen the under 7-2 in the last 9 meetings in Anaheim. I do think this is a lower scoring one. So I'm going to ride with that under because that's the 3 games for today. It's a small slate. I think we've got value tonight, though. I really do. The Islanders, we're not getting as much value there on the money line, but we're still getting value in this game. So let me just, where are my notes? There are my notes on my parlay I put in. So let's recap. First, we'll recap, then we'll go over the long shot parlay, the money line on who I think is going to win each and every one of these games. And then we will do the not so long shot parlay. I think that's what we're going to call it because we all know parlays are a long shot. So between the New York Rangers and the New York Islanders, you guys, I'm going to take the Islanders on the money line, and I'm going to take the under 6 between these two. The Edmonton Oilers and the St. Louis Blues, I'm going to ride the under 6.5 in this one as well. I'm going to take the St. Louis Blues in that first period. Connor McDavid, over 1.5 points tonight. It's coming in at minus 130. I do think he has a strong game. His goals tonight to take him for an anytime goal is plus 112. And I do think he gets there with that off a game that he was held to 0 points in the last one. Now, the Blues, I would take Vladimir Tarasenko plus 172 for that anytime goal. For the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Anaheim Ducks, I'm looking at the under 6.5. I'm not liking any overs tonight, you guys. I think this is a low-scoring Wednesday night. I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first period on that puck line at minus 0.5 at plus 160. Again, shop that line because there's plus 140s out there, which is still great value. But if you can get plus 160, even freaking better. I'm going to take Braden Point, too, over 2.5 shots on goal at minus 120. You can look at a lot of the guys on the Tampa Bay Lightning for those over shots. Just want to say a big shout out to everyone watching. Thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, Facebook. Give me a like, drop me a comment. Let me know what you guys are liking in tonight's 3 games. Let me know your best bet of the night. Let me know any of these games that you disagree on, and let people know what to tail, what you guys are liking. So let's do the long shot parlay. If I had to take a side for the winners, I'm going to take the Islanders, Blues, and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now, my biggest concern there is the Blues. We know how potent the Oilers are. I don't think this is one where the Oilers are like, well, they beat us last time 2-0. They're going to come out with more fire. Don't think that I'm drawing into it, but I do think this is a low-scoring defensive game. So $10 pays $60.68. Not a huge parlay with a small card that we have. Now, actually interesting, my not so long shot parlay actually pays out more. $10 pays $109.31. I'm going to ride with the Islanders and the Rangers under 6.5. So I have bought that half a point in this one. And I take the Blues in the first period and the Lightning in the first period. Yeah, $10 pays out $109.31. But you guys, thank you so much for joining me here on Pocket with Joe. I appreciate each and every one of you. I will be back here tomorrow at 1:30 my time, which I'm Mountain Standard, so that's 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 Central, 12:30 Pacific. You guys know these time zones. Have a great one. Keep smiling, and let's make some freaking money. Bye, guys.